Hello and welcome to this episode of the Extracurricular Podcast here at CHA. We're recording on Friday, and it is February 24th today. I'm your host, Chris Keller, and I'm really excited. I've got Giacomo Ceruzzi as our guest here in the studio. How you doing, Giacomo?
I'm doing good. I can't complain.
All right. I'm off script here. First thing I'm going to ask you, how do you pronounce your last name?
Okay, basically it's Ceruzzi.
Ceruzzi.
There we go.
Okay,
Yeah.
is that more proper if I say
Yes.
Giacomo Ceruzzi?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
all right. Now I've got it, and everybody out there listening, you've got it too, right?
All right. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for being here, Giacomo.
Yeah.
Got a couple updates to share before we jump in. We're still kind of in that in-between moment for our sports seasons, but I know baseball is starting up next week. I've heard some guys pretty excited about practice getting started. I love baseball, so I'm excited for that too. And then we're looking forward to all the other spring sports getting started up too. I've heard some heard people talking about track and field, and I know they're getting started there too. So just a lot of excitement as we get ready for, some nice weather. What about Thursday? Did we hit the 80s? I know they said we were supposed to. That's crazy.
It was real hot on Thursday, yeah. We did hit like 81, I heard.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I love warm weather. I can't wait for spring and summertime to get here.
Same here.
All right. Well, Giacomo, I can tell you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, well, let's talk then. Yes, this is a good time. I've been looking forward to having Giacomo in here, just anticipating this day. So let's get started.
I've been excited for this, too. I've been real excited for this day.
Awesome.
Ready.
Hey, why don't you just start by telling us a little bit about your history with the school, with Christian Heritage Academy. When did you first start going to school here?
I started coming to Christian Heritage Academy when I was 5 years old in the kindergarten, so I've been here 10 plus years. Been here a pretty long time.
That's awesome. You've got a long history with the school. You've been here longer than me.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. So what is it that keeps you here for 10 years? What do you like about CHA?
Well, I do really love all of the amazing friends and all the people I've met here, and a couple of the teachers are really cool too, including you.
Oh, me?
Yeah, I think you're my favorite teacher.
You can't say that on a podcast. Now it's recorded.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to cut that clip out and just have it on loop somewhere to boost my confidence.
All right. All right, but I do like CHA. The people here are probably the main reason why I like. But the games, the sports games too, I do love attending those. I announce at them sometimes, so
yes.
Yeah.
We love
good.
getting students involved in all sorts of stuff like that, and I know you're one of those guys that gets involved in a lot of different ways, and what I'm going to call maybe some non-traditional ways, right? We usually think a lot about just different athletics and things, but you're heavy into the music, and like you said, announcing and different kind of I'm going to call them arts, different arts that we have here. So let's talk a little bit about music. I know you love music. Just give me a little bit of background. How'd you start getting interested in music more than just as something to listen to?
So, throughout my whole life, my parents have, pushed musical instruments on me, and they made me listen to some good music, music from the 70s, 80s, 90s. I like old music better than new music. And that's how I got involved. I've always been, interested in, songs and stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So we kind of already started off with some fun stuff, so I've got another fun one for you.
Yeah.
Would you say that your mom likes to jam in the car?
Yes, I get it from her. I like to jam, too.
I love it. I love it in the car line. When I'm doing car duty, there's some days where I can tell it's been a good day because I can see your mom just bopping in the car. It's always exciting. And you definitely got that from her.
A good song that comes on, I got jam, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Just got to let it out.
Yeah.
How about, so what was your first instrument?
Okay, my first instrument technically was the recorder in elementary school, but my parents gave me they gave me a ukulele, harmonica, but then the drums were the first thing. I've always been interested in drums, and that was the first thing that really stuck when this guy at church, he told me, I got rhythm. You want me to teach him drums? And my parents said, sure. And the drums stuck to me, and here I am.
That's awesome.
Almost 4 years later. Yeah.
And those 4 years, you've covered a lot of ground. I've got to say that.
Thank you.
I enjoy getting to play with you each week. It's a lot of fun.
It's fun playing every week. I love playing with y'all in the Ignite band. It's really fun.
You're a very talented guy, and you've put the work in, Giacomo.
I think you're talented too.
Oh, well, thank you. Oh, my radio's going off. Everybody knows we're looking for Coach Williams now. All right, so tell me a little bit more about that. You said a guy at your church offered to just play or teach you to play. But was there anything that drew you to the drums before that, or was that just kind of your opportunity to get in and start, hitting some stuff with some sticks?
Though I've always been like, whenever I hear a song, I'd always like hear the drums before anything. And the guy who taught me was actually Scarlett's dad, John Flint. He taught me how to play the drums, and yeah, it stuck. And that's how I learned drums. And it was
awesome.
my opportunity to get into music, like musical instruments and stuff. Yeah.
Very cool. I love that, Giacomo. Let's talk a little bit about Ignite then.
Yeah.
So you've been in Ignite for, I guess, ever since you started drums. Has it been 4 years yet?
I think that I started around the 8th grade.
8th grade,
Yeah,
okay.
like the 8th grade.
What's your experience with Ignite been like?
Ignite, I like it a lot. It's good stuff. I like the songs that we do. Every one of them, they always got a good message to them. Yeah, good stuff. And I like jamming with you and the band and the rest of the people.
Well, I enjoy your worshipfulness as you play drums. The excitement is plain to see, and that always just makes it so much better from the perspective of someone in the crowd who's trying to worship along and sing. And when you see people on stage that are enjoying worship, that makes a big difference, I think.
Yeah, my favorite parts of the song is always like when we have a little like an outro jam or whatever, and we look at each other and we're jamming and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It just always puts a huge smile on my face.
I enjoy those moments too, for sure. How about, tell me a little bit about, we've done some experimenting and you've gotten to sing a little bit this year. How have you liked that?
Oh man, I mean, I like it. It's always nerve-wracking when I do it because like I'm afraid I maybe might mess up or voice crack, but it's always a good time. I always enjoy having like a singing solo and stuff like that. It's always good.
Yeah, singing's a little bit different than playing an instrument. At least to me, it always feels a little more personal, I guess, because it's your voice and you can't really like change your voice. It is what it is, and you just got to do your best to use it. So I get it. It's a little bit more nerve-wracking, I guess.
It's a little bit more challenging too, because playing drums and singing is a little bit of a hard task, but it's good. It's good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've enjoyed having you do something a little different, and I think the students have enjoyed seeing you do something a little different too.
I'm glad that they like it because I enjoy it every time. I enjoy it.
Awesome.
I loved it.
And you've chatted with me a little bit. You're trying to learn some guitar too, aren't you?
I am. Ever since Christmas, I think in like Christmas of 2020, I got a bass, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about bass, right? And then this recent Christmas in like 2022, around that, I looked at some tabs stuff, and I picked up a pick and I started like plucking around on the bass. So yeah, I've been learning bass and guitar and ukulele too.
Very cool. Well, I understand that too. I love all kinds of instruments. Anything that's got strings on it, I like to try to give it a whirl.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I know you also play at church too. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so I got involved with my church maybe 2, I think, years ago. Yeah, and it's just been a great experience, and I've become the only youth drummer that they have there for like a year, and it's just great. It's just great. I get to praise the Lord, and I get to show off my talents for Him who gave me the talent. So yeah.
Amen. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Is that each week? Do you guys play?
Yeah. Every Sunday and Wednesday we play.
Okay, so twice a week you guys do.
Yeah. Except for on like the last Sunday of the month where we have a practice day where we practice a new song and stuff.
Yeah. So is that like so Sunday for worship and Wednesday for youth group, or are those different events? Or
it's just on Wednesday there's 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning, and on Wednesday there's a 7 o'clock, and that's it. It's at night, and it's worship every time, and it's just great stuff. It's
very
just
cool.
Great times with the people you love.
Yeah.
Good friends, good church friends, yeah.
Absolutely. Do you guys usually worship like right before, rehearse? Do you guys rehearse like right before your performances, or do you have another day where you go to church and rehearse?
We like right before, like, okay, so say like the church is at 9, right, and I get in there at 8:30, and we get a sound check in, and that's basically our rehearsal.
Man.
So we get a sound check in every time. And
yeah, so you probably have to do a little bit of homework at home then to kind of prepare for those songs.
yeah, sometimes, but like I just go in there and I do what suits the song, so
there
to
you
say.
go.
So yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome that you can kind of like feel it out.
Thank you.
Very talented. Yeah. How about, okay, now this is the big one. Well, what are you going to try to do here in a couple years when you graduate? You got plans for later yet, Giacomo? Have you thought about that stuff yet?
I've thought about that stuff. It scares me, not gonna lie, that I'm only gonna be graduating like a couple years down the road. So
yeah, it's not too long.
I'm gonna try to plan on being like a musician and stuff. So I just want to do anything that involves like the arts or music, stuff like that. I just want to get involved in that.
Yeah. Very cool. Session musician, that's a good way to go because you can still kind of like live in the town where you record, right? You don't have to be on the road all the time. So session gigs are pretty good.
Yeah, good stuff.
Excellent.
I get to play on a big stage one day.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be cool to like play in like a big stadium or something.
For sure.
Like
absolutely.
That. Yeah. Hope that happens one day.
How about, okay, I got some different ones. We're still talking music. I can't help it. What styles do you like to play? Now, I know you play a lot of worship music. Is there other stuff you like to play too?
I love rock, classic rock, 90s grunge too. That's probably my favorite.
Yeah.
I got like a bunch of CDs at home and stuff a couple of them are from my mom because she used to work in a music store.
Yeah.
Right, and she has like tons of CDs.
Very
great
cool.
Great ones. And she's given me a couple of her really good CDs that I've been interested in. So, yeah.
I guess we call that stuff classic rock now, don't we?
Yeah.
The 90s. Wow. Folks, that kind of hurts to say. I don't know.
The 90s was only like 15 years before I was born. So
That's all. Just 15 years. Man, Giacomo, it's been awesome getting to sit here and chat a little bit about music.
It really has. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Good.
It's been great on this podcast. My first time
yes,
on
sir.
a podcast ever, yeah.
Don't worry. There'll be another time.
Good.
All right. Well, hey, thank you, folks, for being here and hanging out with me and Giacomo while we talk about music and life and other things here at Christian Heritage Academy.
Good stuff.
I hope you've enjoyed it. I know that we did.
Yeah.
Giacomo, thank you for being here, man.
Of course. I loved it. It was great. Great. I appreciate you letting me be on here.
Absolutely. Glad to have folks who are excited to be here, and I look forward to doing it again with you.
Same here.
All right, everybody. Y'all remember that you can find this podcast on YouTube. Be sure to like and subscribe. You can also listen and follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. With that, may we be united by faith. Go Knights.
Yeah.